Welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, The Covenant. And I have to say, I don't know much about this movie. I know that Jake Gyllenhaal is in it. It's a Guy Ritchie movie, and it's about soldiers, right? So what it says is, during the Afghanistan War, a local interpreter risked his own life to carry an injured sergeant across miles of grueling terrain. So 7.6 on IMDb, 27,110 people rated so far, and it just sounds like it's going to be right up my alley. So I didn't even see who else is in it besides Jake, but whatever. It's gotta be good, right? Guy Ritchie, Jake, the gang. 7.6, about our heroes, the people who help allow us to be free and protect us from all this stuff. So I just, if you've watched my channel, you know I'm a big fan of any military, any police force, any firefighter, anything like that. Anybody who is braver than I am that can go out and do that and, you know, allow us to live these lives and allow me to give silly movie reviews, or not even reviews, allow me to talk about what I think about these movies. So anyway, I know, I'm trying to be concise again. I'm getting back to it. Well, I'm really excited about this movie, so let's see. I'll let you know a little bit more about it in a little bit, and I'll tell you what I think about it, but I think it's going to be exciting. Stick around. Hey everybody, I want to do a quick check-in here. We're watching Guy Ritchie's The Covenant. We're at the 1 hour, 3 minute, and 52 second mark. Almost exactly an hour left. It's a 2 hour and 3 minute film. And a couple minutes ago, about 10 minutes ago, I'll say, maybe 8, it turned into what we read it was in IMDb. So it really took 55 minutes to develop the backstory, which is fine. Which is great. I like good depth. But essentially, Jake Gyllenhaal's character is, I think, a sergeant, and his troop, or his troop basically goes out and try and finds IED factories. Basically, people are building bombs and stuff like that in the Taliban in Afghanistan, and that's what he's all about. And at first, he's not having any luck in finding anything, and then he gets some good intel, and he goes out and starts finding it. But in order to do this, he needs an interpreter, right? And right in the beginning, the initial interpreter that they had gets killed, right? So they get this new guy who's played by Salim. Now, I know I've seen this guy before, but I looked at IMDb, and I don't see anything that I've seen him in before, but I know, I recognize him. At least I think that's who it is. Real quick sidebar, I know, I don't want to take too... Alexander Ludwig is in this, but it's like a short cameo so far in the first hour. I mean, he's not in it. He's not one of the troop members. He's like an office guy, which is a waste of a good actor, I think. I like that guy. I think he'd be he's a good soldier in other movies. You know, I think, anyway. So anyway, they go out, they're trying to find this IED factory. They find it, they get attacked, and they are, you know, running away. So it's Jake and the interpreter get away, and they're running through the mountains of Afghanistan trying to stay away from the Taliban who's hunting them. And initially it's like they're just, you know, together. But ultimately then he gets hurt. Jake gets hurt. And now it's up to our interpreter to help get him home. And now we've got an hour of that going to happen. You know, so they're about 3 hours away from their base. On, you know, driving. In a Humvee, it takes 3 hours to get there. So imagine how long it takes there to get back to the base on foot. Or two, they have to do it not only on foot, but they can't stay on the roads, because the roads, obviously, they'll find them quickly. So they got to go through the mountains. And Jake is badly hurt, so it's not like he's walking or anything like that. So you can imagine. So that's a better idea of really what the movie's about, but interesting thus far to see where it goes. We got a whole hour left, so I won't say any more right now because I'm again trying. So stick around, I'll be back. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of The Covenant, and real quick, as it's showing up on the screen now, I don't think it was based on an actual true story. I mean, obviously we were in Afghanistan, and there were interpreters that helped people out, so I think it's built on that premise. They even say at the end, you know, I can't believe we just left in August 30th of 2021, and the Taliban has already taken back the Afghanistan. I thought it was a lot longer ago, but then we've been there up until 2 years ago. And of course they took them all back and then went after the interpreters. So it's kind of based on that. I don't think the actual Ahmed and Jake Gyllenhaal's character, all that was true. But maybe. But the reason I bring that up is because they do show pictures of the actual soldiers and their interpreters at the end of this, and there are words at the end as though it was in a true story, but it's more about the war itself and the interpreters and everything that has happened in there. So, it's kind of loosely based on maybe somewhat of a actual happening, if you will. So, with that aside, still really good, a lot of action. It's like, one of those behind enemy lines kind of movies, if you've ever seen that. If not, you should check that out. But it's like just non-stop, like, fearing for your life. Interestingly enough, so the movie is more than what it says, and I'm gonna share this with you because I think it's okay to do that. If you don't want to hear any more, then don't. But I'm not ruining the ending. But it was funny. Right after I checked in, I'll just say it's spoiler kind of alert. It's not that big of a deal. But right after I checked in, so this is like at the halfway point. So it's not even the ending. Like what we thought. I thought the next hour was going to be them trekking through the mountains. It's not. The next hour is now trying to save Ahmed. And you can, spoiler alert. So I'm going to talk a little bit more openly about it, but essentially he goes back to try and save Ahmed. That's the whole second half of the film. And everything that goes along with that. The guy from The Boys is in it. He plays Eddie Parker, but I forget his name in real life. But I have to look it up. What is his name? Anyway, there it is. Anthony Starr. He's in it, plays a bigger role in the second half. Alexander Ludwig does come back a little bit more. Very not a prominent role. Again, very underutilized in my opinion. But I mean, when you have Jake, what else do you need? You don't really need everybody else. I mean, I was just watching for his acting and how good he is. Like I was thinking to myself, if I ever came back, I might want to be Jake Gyllenhaal. He's really good at his craft, and so he makes the movie, and he's really good in this role and as a soldier, and it's a blend of good acting, a lot of great action, non-stop, edge of your seat kind of stuff, along with a story about multiple heroes that actually exist in our world. So if that doesn't entice you to watch this movie, then we can't be friends. You know what I mean? I mean, that's what it's right there. I mean, I just think I summed it up, and I know I wanted to be concise, and there you go. I mean, that is it right there. I liked it, because of all those things. And I don't have to go in any greater detail. I'm sure there's more I wanted to say. Nothing else needs to be said. Go check it out. Definitely top-notch movie. This is, my father-in-law likes the old war movies, World War II and stuff like that. I think he'd really enjoy this. So, there you go. That's it. That's all I got. I know I have more, but I'm not sharing it. I'm leaving it at as well as I just dropped it. So, that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.